Anand, what are the signs that the future will prevail?
Well, the trajectory, this is Martin Luther King's birthday, and he spoke of that arc bending. And the arc is bending, has been bending, has continued to bend. And it's very easy to lose sight of that fundamental through line and that fundamental narrative in American life, given what has happened, right? I mean, we have last week was Insurrection Week. This week was Impeachment Week. Next week's Inauguration Week. We never got Infrastructure Week. And it's dark. It's very, very dark. But I think if you look at so much of this darkness, it is not the darkness of the beginning of something. This is not a launch party that you're seeing on the other side of the screen. This is a funeral for something. It is a funeral for white supremacy. It is a funeral for a kind of outdated, outmoded male power. It is a mourning for a time in which certain Americans could feel and claim to be the default of an American and not have to share. And what we have witnessed in this era, alongside the depredations of Donald Trump, is another story too, a longer story. This was also this past year that just ended, the year of extraordinary protests on the street for Black Lives Matter that also corresponded with extraordinary shifts in mainstream white opinion about racism. This was also the year gone by in which white people were, in the reading they were doing and what was happening in their workplaces and beyond, grappling with race in ways that were unthinkable 5, 10, 15 years ago. And so I have been trying as a practice, because I'm as despairing as everybody else right now, to remember that what we are witnessing in so many of these dark days is backlash. Backlash. It's not the engine of history. It's a backlash against the engine of history. These people that you're seeing are not the future. They are the barnacles on the future that is going to happen with or without them. And what I try to remember is that what we are actually heading towards, and allow me to get a little patriotic for a moment, but I think this is a patriotism that is factual and justified. What we are trying to do in the United States of America is actually build a kind of country that has not existed in quite this form, perhaps ever in history, which is to build a majority-minority, democratic, multiracial superpower that looks like the world, that is a country made of all the countries. And we're actually getting there. And these people are terrified of a future in which they have to share. But that future, day by day, hour by hour, workplace by workplace, school by school, that future, that looming future, is, I believe, the dominant story of America.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.